In this video today, we are going to be talking about closet mistakes. The 5 mistakes that turn even expensive custom closets into chaotic, disorganized nightmares within 6 months. Now, you might be thinking, Andy, are you a closet designer? No, far from it. I have never installed a closet in my life, but that has never stopped me before, so it is not going to stop me now. Here is what nobody tells you. According to the National Association of Realtors, 60% of homebuyers will pay more for a home with a custom closet. The average return on investment runs between 50 and 57%. Big numbers. But most custom closets are designed for Instagram, not for your actual life. They photograph beautifully in the showroom. And 6 months after installation, they are just as cluttered and chaotic as the basic wire shelving they replaced. I see you in the comments already saying, "But Andy, I spent $5,000 on mine." Andy, I hired a designer. I love that for you. I really do. But if your closet has any of these 5 mistakes, that money did not buy you organization. It bought you a very expensive, cluttered room. And listen, I am not going to make you tear it out and start over. I put the bar so low you are going to trip over it. Most of these problems can be fixed in an afternoon. No contractor required. No demo day. The mistake at number 1 is what I call the black hole effect. Items go in, they get pushed to the back, and you literally forget they exist. Some of you have clothing in your closet right now that you have not seen in years, not because you do not want it, but because your closet design made it invisible. We are starting at number 5, and by the time we get to mistake number 3, you are going to want to open your closet door and check immediately, because what I am going to describe is silently destroying your most expensive clothing. Stay with me. Let us go. Mistake number 5, weak and unsupported closet rods. Okay, this is the structural failure waiting to happen. And listen, if you have ever heard a loud crash from your closet at 2 in the morning, you already know what I am talking about. You install a beautiful custom closet. You hang your clothes. And within a year, the rod starts to sag in the middle. Heavy coats bunch toward the center. Hangers slide together. And eventually, sometimes in the middle of the night, the whole thing comes crashing down. Here is the engineering rule that closet installers ignore all the time. Any rod longer than 4 to 5 feet, that is 120 to 150 centimeters, needs a center support bracket. Without it, the rod will eventually bow under the weight of your clothing. Think about it. The average person hangs 40 to 60 garments on a single rod. That is significant weight distributed across a span. And if that rod is only mounted at the endpoints, the center has no structural support. And here is something most people do not know. Wooden rods, which look beautiful and are what most homeowners ask for, sag and snap way more easily than metal rods. So you got the warm look you wanted, but you also got the failure waiting to happen. Here is the fix. For any rod longer than 50 inches, install a center bracket, mount it directly into a stud whenever possible, and position the rod about 12 inches, 30 centimeters from the back wall. That gives hangers room to breathe and keeps clothes from brushing against the wall. A properly supported rod is invisible. You never think about it. But a failing rod? That announces itself loudly. Usually at 2 in the morning. So the rod issue is structural. Easy fix once you know about it. But the next mistake? It is the reason you stand in front of a closet full of clothes every single morning and feel like you have nothing to wear. And listen, I lived with this mistake for 15 years before someone pointed it out to me. 15 years. And once I fixed it, for less than the price of a nice dinner out, my entire wardrobe came back to life. Mistake number 4. Mistake number 4, no integrated lighting. Okay, here's what I love about this mistake. It is the easiest one to fix, and almost everyone has it. Your closet is a cave, and you are dressing in the dark. This might sound dramatic, but think about how most closets are lit. A single ceiling fixture, often positioned outside the closet in the bedroom, that casts shadows the moment you step inside. Or worse, no dedicated lighting at all. The result? You cannot actually see your wardrobe. Colors look different. You miss items because they are in shadow. You pull out what you think is a navy blazer and realize in natural light that it is actually black. Or you own beautiful pieces you spent money on, that you forget exist because they are hanging in a dark corner. Here's what designers know. Lighting is not a luxury feature. It is a functional necessity. The best closet lighting includes 3 layers. First, ambient lighting from above, but positioned inside the closet, not outside. LED strip lights mounted under the top shelf work beautifully. Second, task lighting for specific areas, like a section for folded sweaters or a jewelry drawer. Third, and this is the one most people skip, lighting inside deep cabinets. Automatic LED strips that activate when the door opens solve this completely. And here's the best part. Battery-powered LED strips with motion sensors cost less than a nice dinner out. You stick them on. You walk away. They turn on every time you open the door. That is it. Light your closet well, and it actually stays organized longer. Because here is the psychological reality. When you cannot see items clearly, you stop putting them away properly. Clutter builds because the visual feedback loop is broken. Okay, so the lighting fix is easy. Stick on some LED strips. Done. Beautiful. But what if I told you the next mistake is silently destroying your most expensive clothing right now? As you watch this video, your closet might be ruining the silk blouse you saved up for, the wool coat you bought 3 winters ago, and the leather jacket your husband gave you for your anniversary. This one made me physically gasp when I learned about it, because I had been doing it wrong for 20 years and nobody had told me. Mistake number 3. Mistake number 3. No ventilation system. Alright, this is where I lose some of you. I see you. I know. Some of you are saying, Andy, my closet has a door. What is the problem? Trust me. Stay with me on this one. Your custom closet is a sealed vault, and your luxury fabrics are suffocating. Most closets are enclosed spaces with minimal air circulation. The door stays closed most of the day. No windows, no vents, no air movement. The result is stagnant air that traps moisture, body oils, and odors against your clothing. Within just a few months, fabrics start to develop that unmistakable musty smell. Silks and wools are particularly vulnerable, and once that smell sets in, it is difficult to remove without professional cleaning. Here is what happens. When you hang clothing that has been worn, even if it seems clean, it carries traces of perspiration and body heat. In a ventilated space, these dissipate, but in a sealed vault, they accumulate, day after day. And the moisture problem is even more serious. If your home has any humidity fluctuation, and most do, that moisture gets trapped in the closet. It settles into fabrics. It creates conditions where mold and mildew develop, and in extreme cases, it causes permanent damage to leather, suede, and delicate textiles. The solution does not require expensive renovation. At minimum, install a small vent in the closet door or leave a 1-inch gap at the bottom for air circulation. Better yet, use louvered doors that allow continuous airflow while maintaining privacy. For walk-in closets, consider a small exhaust fan or a ceiling vent that connects to your home's HVAC system. The principle is simple. Air needs to move. A closet should breathe. When it does not, your clothing pays the price. Okay, so we have rods, lighting, and ventilation. The basics, the infrastructure. But the next mistake? This is where designers really start failing you. This is where they prioritize the photograph over your actual life. And listen, if you walk into a closet showroom this weekend, I guarantee you they are going to try to sell you this exact mistake. Because it looks impressive. Because it photographs beautifully. Because it makes them more money. It is also completely unusable for the average human being. Mistake number 2. Mistake number 2. Floor-to-ceiling dead zones. This one is for those of you who saw a Pinterest closet and thought, yes, I want that one. Floor-to-ceiling cabinets, soaring storage, looks like a luxury hotel walk-in. And listen, I am not coming for you. I get the appeal. But here's what nobody tells you about those towering cabinets. You have just built an unreachable monument to wasted space. The average adult can comfortably reach items up to about 80 inches, 203 centimeters from the floor. That is roughly shoulder height. Anything above that becomes what I call the dead zone. Items stored there require a step stool or ladder. They are out of sight, and psychologically, they become invisible. Yet, walk into any custom closet showroom and you will see floor-to-ceiling designs that reach 96 inches or higher. These designs maximize cubic footage. They look sleek in photographs, and they completely ignore how humans actually move through space. Think about your own behavior. When was the last time you climbed up to retrieve something from the top shelf of your closet? For most people, those items sit untouched for months or years. Here is the fix. Design with reach zones in mind. The prime zone, from 40 to 70 inches off the floor, that is 100 to 178 centimeters, should contain items you use every day. Hanging rods, folded sweaters, daily drawers. The secondary zone above and below should hold seasonal items. The dead zone, anything above 84 inches, should only be used for long-term storage. Luggage, holiday decorations, things you access once or twice a year. And here is a detail most people miss. If you have high ceilings, you do not have to build to the ceiling. Stopping at 8 feet and leaving space above can actually look more intentional than forcing awkward high cabinets. Designed for your body, not for the photograph. Okay, we made it. Mistake number 1. The big one. The one I told you about at the beginning of this video. This is the engineering disaster that makes more closets fail than any other mistake on this list combined. It is the reason you have clothing right now, clothing you love, clothing you paid for, that you have not laid eyes on in 3 years. And listen, when I tell you what it is, you are going to walk over to your closet and check. I almost guarantee it, because most of you have this problem and have no idea. Mistake number 1, too deep shelving. Here it is, the black hole effect, and it is silently eating your wardrobe. Here is the scenario. You invest in beautiful custom closet shelving, maybe 24 inches deep. It looks substantial, it feels luxurious. You can fit so much on each shelf. Except you cannot, because anything stored more than 14 inches from the front edge becomes invisible and forgotten. The ergonomic rule is simple. The average person can comfortably reach back about 12 to 14 inches, 30 to 36 centimeters, on a shelf. Beyond that, items get pushed to the back. They stack in multiple rows, and the items in the rear effectively cease to exist in your daily life. I have seen closets where homeowners discover clothing at the back of deep shelves that they forgot they owned. Sometimes for years. These garments develop musty odors. They fall out of style. They no longer fit. They become waste, not wardrobe. This is the black hole effect. Items enter the back of a deep shelf and they never come back out. Here is the industry standard most custom closet companies follow but rarely explain to homeowners. For shelves holding folded clothing, the optimal depth is 12 to 14 inches. This ensures every item on the shelf remains visible and accessible. Deeper shelves, 16 inches or more, are only appropriate for bulky items like bedding, towels, or large storage bins. The fix for existing deep shelves? Pull-out drawers or sliding baskets. These transform a black hole shelf into full visibility storage. You pull, everything slides forward, and you can see exactly what you have. Another option is shelf dividers that create vertical sections. Here is the uncomfortable truth. If you cannot see it, you do not use it. And a beautiful closet full of invisible clothing is just an expensive way to store things you forgot you own. 5 mistakes. And here is what connects every single one of them. They happen when you design for appearance instead of function. The weak rods look fine until they fail. The dark corners seem unimportant until you stop using half your wardrobe. The sealed vault looks sleek until your clothes smell musty. The towering cabinets photograph beautifully until you need a ladder for a Tuesday morning shirt. The deep shelves feel luxurious until they swallow your clothing whole. Now listen, if you have a closet that works for you, that you love, that makes you happy when you open the door, keep it. I am not coming for you. Not everything on the internet is for everyone. That is fine. But if you have been standing in front of your closet every single morning saying, I have nothing to wear when you actually own 40 things, now you know what is happening. And now you know how to fix it. And listen, if you think your closet is the only thing aging your home, wait until you see what curtains are doing to it. There is a curtain mistake that 90% of homes over 15 years old still have. It is the first thing buyers notice when they walk in. The first thing, and most homeowners have no idea they are doing it. I made a whole video on it. It is right there in the description. I will catch you there.